Coming up on Mountain News this morning, Kentucky State Police are investigating after they found one man shot dead in his car and his house burned to the ground. And we hear from local health officials as they react to the ongoing increase of COVID-19 cases in eastern Kentucky. Plus, this morning begins Kentucky's primary election day. We'll take a look at how things have changed and what people need to know about voting this year.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Lacey Roberts, and thank you for joining us on Mountain News this morning. Today is Tuesday, June 23rd, also primary election day, and also like to say happy birthday to our Steve Hensley. It is also his birthday today, but I know today that weather app's going to be handy because it's going to be some slight showers outside. Let's bring in Brandon Robinson. That umbrella is going to be handy today, right, Brandon?
Mm-hmm. That's right, Lacey. And if you're heading to the polls, they just opened about a minute ago. So polls open from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. today. So you want to take that rain gear, as Lacey mentioned, because we're already seeing some stray showers across parts of the western part of the area, and they're moving east this morning out toward I-75 and Lake Cumberland. We take a look at our temperatures. Still pretty mild this morning in the 60s and 70s as you head out the door. 66 Wise and Harlan, 72 Prestonsburg, Moorhead, and Irvin. Those are our cool and warm spots this morning. Still a little bit sticky out there with those dew points into those low to mid to even upper 60s. Once you get past 60 though, between 60 and 70, that's getting sticky to uncomfortable to instant sweat. So again, just kind of keep that in mind. Temperatures today, mid to upper 70s. The cold front comes through. It's going to ramp our rain chances up, but they should start to die down after some early chances later tonight. Rest of the forecast on the way here shortly. Lacey.
Thank you, Brandon. On Saturday afternoon, Kentucky State Police were called out to the Big Willard community of Perry County, and that is where they found one man dead in a car with gunshot wounds. But when they got to his home, they found it burned down, and his identity has not yet been released. WYMT's Emily Bennett talked to police about the investigation.
Saturday around 5 p.m., Kentucky State Police responded here to a call about a man found dead in a car in his driveway.
Troopers went out to Benai Lane, which is off of Big Willard, and located a male subject inside the vehicle. He was deceased from an apparent gunshot wound.
When police went up the driveway off of Benai Lane, they found the man's home burned to the ground.
So there's not only a death investigation that's taking place, but also an arson investigation as well.
Now police are left talking to those who last saw the man, trying to piece together a timeline of events.
There's probably a good possibility that there were close proximity between the death and the house fire. But again, until investigation turns that information up, we can only speculate, and we don't want to do that at this time.
Asking people to contact them to help fill in the missing pieces.
Most people in this day and time through social media know about this a lot of times before a lot of our officers do.
And as the investigation continues, police say they do not think there's a threat to the community.
Still err on the side of caution. If neighbors or residents in this area see someone or something that is out of place, looks strange, or just doesn't feel right, contact local state police.
In Perry County, Emily Bennett, WYMT Mountain News.
And if you do have any information about the death or arson investigation, you should contact Post 13 at 606-435-6069, and you can remain anonymous. And a death investigation is underway in Magoffin County after a man was found shot to death on Saturday. Police say 78-year-old Gerald Arnett was found in a driveway off of Rowan Road. The coroner's office pronounced Arnett dead at the scene, and right now, no arrests have been made. Investigators are looking at evidence and talking to several people who may be connected to the case. And Governor Andy Beshear announced 90 new cases of COVID-19 last night, and that brings Kentucky's total to 13,839 cases. Almost 10,000 of those cases are still active as of this morning. More than 3,500 people have recovered. Right now, the state's official death toll sits at 526 after the governor announced no new deaths. Now, however, that number will go up as shortly after last night's news conference, we learned of 2 new deaths in our area. The first was confirmed in Harlan County, which marked their second death in as many weeks. Harlan County has 19 confirmed cases of COVID-19. The other death is in Laurel County. County officials say 3 people have now died from COVID-19. 69 people in Laurel County have been diagnosed with the virus. We also learned yesterday that an employee at the Eastern Kentucky Veterans Center in Hazard has the virus. Everyone at the center is going to be tested, but the health officials tell us that the employee had been on vacation, so they are hopeful that no residents were infected. And the Pike County Health Department announced on Facebook COVID-19 cases grew from 59 to 68 Sunday afternoon. All 9 people are showing symptoms and are recovering at home. The health department did contact tracing and are contacting those 9 people that they have come in contact with. The public health directors say this increase was anticipated.
Well, some of it is the relaxation in our behaviors, the ability to congregate, and while many do adhere to the guidance of 10 or less, you do see some others that are, meeting and they're having multiple gatherings and just some relaxation of behaviors.
22 of the 68 cases in Pike County are active. The health department reminds people to wear masks and continue good hand washing and also to remember social distancing. Health officials in Eastern Kentucky say that they can trace some recent local COVID-19 cases to vacations.
We're seeing a lot of people who are starting to travel and take vacations now. 2 of the recent cases we got, one individual had been to Myrtle Beach and one individual had been to Daytona Beach. So we all love the beach and we love to vacation and do these things, but we have to realize these other areas are really seeing a spike in cases. And whenever we come back, we're not just bringing our souvenirs with us, we're bringing COVID-19 in some cases.
Perry County has now surpassed 50 cases of COVID-19. Health officials are urging folks to continue taking precautions like wearing masks in public and say the virus is not going away this summer. And today is Kentucky's primary election day, and while many may be hesitant at voting at the polls due to the coronavirus pandemic, preparations and precautions should ease voters' minds. I talked with officials to learn more about those safety measures. For Knott County Clerk Marcia Cornett, election time is nothing new.
Probably 30, 40 elections.
Her experience in previous elections seems to go out the door this time around.
Never had this before.
Extra election prep throughout the Commonwealth to prepare for in-person voting, as health officials urge voters to be safe.
They should wear masks when they're out in public, when they're going to vote. They should practice social distancing. All poll workers have appropriate personal protective equipment. They'll be wearing masks, utilizing gloves. They'll be sanitizing the polling stations in between individuals.
And conscious of changes.
And one of the things to be mindful of is that you may not be voting in your regular location.
Minimizing the number of polls minimizes potential spread of the virus.
We have seen as many cases in the past 9 days practically as we have in the past 3 months.
Along with new technology and ePad to help speed up the process.
If they don't have some kind of identification, we can use their social security number or just we can put in their name and it'll bring that up. Yes, so much better. We used to use a book that you had to sign the book in, and then we'd have to flip through that book to find their name.
Along with taking temperatures, floor stickers help voters to social distance.
We're going to have an A machine, a B machine, and that's the way that's going to keep our traffic flowing. So when the A, they come in, they're going to go this way and exit out, and then the B's going to go this way and exit out. So we're just going to have a flow all day long.
In one way and out the other.
We need to be mindful of this. We need to be cautious. This pandemic is not over.
Knowing that wearing a mask and social distancing is important, but so is voting.
Just come out and vote. So I hope and pray they do.
Lacey Roberts, WYMT Mountain News. Polling locations are now open until 6 p.m. tonight, and as mentioned, where there's only one location in counties, we do have an interactive map on our website so you can find your polling location. And state officials are warning of a new voting scam. Attorney General Daniel Cameron says that scammers are encouraging people to vote by email, phone, or text. The warning says that some scammers are asking for financial information. The only ways to vote are in person or by sending an absentee ballot by mail. To report voter fraud, you can call the state's hotline at 1-800-328-VOTE. And the Kentucky Board of Elections has requested that county clerks hold off on announcing the results until June 30th. But it is up to individual counties to decide when they are released. We will let you know the results as we get them in, and in some cases, a winner might not be known until next Tuesday. You can see more Election Day coverage on our website at WYMT.com and inside the WYMT News app.
A few scattered showers around this morning, but again, not too much crazy just yet. We will see more coverage as we head throughout the daytime hours on live pinpoint Doppler radar. Temperatures not going to go up too much, already in the low 70s in parts of the northern half of the area. I think we get to the upper 70s today for daytime highs, and we take a look at our forecast high of 77, 70% chance of showers and storms. That will increase in coverage as that cold front moves into the area a little bit later today. Lacey.
Thank you for joining us on Mountain News this morning. More news, of course, is on the way. Coming up, we take a look at how Perry County officials are working to keep our rivers clean for people to enjoy.